y'all, it's Debbie with Tailored by Debbie. Today I'm going to show you how we can transform these Dollar Tree door decor wood egg hangers. And we're going to use a self-adhesive tile as well as some other things. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I did was I went ahead and cut this twine hanger off of the eggs. We're not going to use that. And I'm going to turn this over. Now, if you're not able to find these wall tiles that are self-adhesive at the Dollar Tree, you can also find these at Walmart, or I'm sure some other places may have them too. What we're going to do first is we're going to turn it over. And I kind of want this to be in the center, so I'm just going to try to center this on the back of the tile the best I can. Then I'm just going to take a ballpoint pen and draw around it. So I'll have the pattern that I need to cut it out. Okay, and when we cut this off, the self-adhesive part, I believe, is around the edges. So it's probably going to not have any of the self-adhesive part left, but that's okay because we're going to use just hot glue to attach it. So I just want to cut this on that line as much as I can. So it'll be the same size as our wood door hanger that we got at the Dollar Tree. They have different shapes too. They have the chickies and the bunnies. So if you're not able to find an egg, you could get whatever other type of wood hanger that you can find. Okay, so we're just going to cut that off. And yeah, guys, when you cut it off, the self-adhesive part just kind of comes off. So we're just going to toss that. And we're left with our egg here. Okay, so we're going to lay down our egg. And I'm going to work in small sections. Let's see if we can go ahead and kind of line that up to make sure it's covering all of the wood egg. Okay. I think that looks pretty good right there. You just want to try to make sure you can't see any of the wood around the edges, and if so, you can just move it down a little bit. But what I'm going to do is just lift this up so it won't move now that we have placement kind of verified. And I'm going to let that go down. And that is hot, so be careful. Okay, now it's pretty well not going to move. So I'm going to lift it up, put some glue down each side like so. Okay, and then we're just going to put some down here at the very bottom. Okay, like that. And I'm just putting the glue around the edges, because as you can see, wherever you put the glue, it does kind of make a little line. And I don't think it's going to be that noticeable once we get this painted. Okay, so next, I'm going to take some Waverly white chalk paint. Okay. See if I can get this open. I'm having some trouble being able to open things still. All right, let's see. Try this little jar opener. See if that'll do it. Nope. Okay. If your paint gets stuck, your lids, you can take one of these bottle openers and put it up under the side of that lid and just kind of pull it out like that. And that will loosen it, because sometimes that paint dries. Now let's see if we can get it open. Oh yeah, see, it comes right off. Just a little tip, if that happens to you. Okay, as y'all know, I like to work out of the lid if I'm not mixing colors. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to use this dauber. I'm just going to load this with some paint. And then we're just going to paint a light coat. And I think I need to shake this up a little bit. Not much was on my lid here. Okay. Get some more paint on my lid. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to kind of daub it on. I think I like that better than that thin way I was doing it at the beginning. I'm going to just daub it on, and that'll give it a little bit of texture too from the sponge, which will kind of make this look almost like concrete texture, which is kind of cool. This is taking a lot of paint, but I believe it's going to cover in one coat too, which is good. So I'm just going to pour a little more into my lid here. Okay. Spread it out a little bit. There we go. Daub it on. Just kind of pouncing with this dauber, they call it. And you can buy these at the Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 3 with different sizes. And for painting a large area like this, I like to use the largest one. See, with these, you don't get the brush strokes that you get with a paintbrush. And plus, it's kind of raised, so it gets down into all the little crevices and everything as well. Okay. And we're going to be doing a kind of an aging technique on here to make it look a little more rustic and distressed. So you don't have to worry about getting every little dot. If some of the silver's showing through, that's okay. All right. Very good. It's got that covered nicely. All right, I'm going to let this dry completely, and then I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, we're back, and this is what we have so far. It's all dry, and you see the texture on there? I don't know if you can see by pouncing it, it kind of gave it a concrete texture. All right, next thing we're going to do is I have some Waverly chalk paint in the color Fern. We're going to take some of this. I'm going to use another dauber, a little bit smaller. And what I want to do this time, load it on there, and then when I want to get it off until it's almost dry. And then I just want to kind of take this and go over the raised areas on this egg. Okay, just kind of scrape it over the areas that are raised. And it's going to bring out that design. Okay, we're just kind of brushing it across the raised areas. And y'all, look at that. Look how pretty that is. And it's okay if some gets on the other parts of the white. It does not matter. It just adds to the character, in my opinion. But you see, we only dipped that in the paint one time. And then we were able to drag it across. And look at that transformation, y'all. I think we need a little bit more right there. See, isn't that pretty? I just love the way this looks. And y'all, using paint we already had at the house, this cost $2.50 so far. It's so pretty. Okay, we're done with the green paint. Gotta be careful not to get my arm. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and fold this piece up and get it out of the way so I don't risk putting my arm in the paint, in the wet paint. Okay, so now we're gonna let this dry and I'll be right back. Hey y'all, we're back. All right, this is dry and I'm loving the way that looks. The only thing I want to do now to it is take my sanding block and I'm just going to sand a little bit just to distress it just a little bit more. And that will allow just a little bit of the gray to show through. I just love the way this looks, y'all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tap this off over here in the trash. All right, and I'm happy with the way that looks. Okay, now I want to drill a couple holes, and I had tried to use this for something else and have a little bit of hot glue on the back here, but it's going to be to hang in my home, so I'm not worried about that. But anyway, I don't want just one hole. I want 2 holes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some blocks underneath it just to raise it up so I can, you know, not drill into my work table here. And I'm just going to go a little bit on either side of that hole. Let's bring it down here, closer to the wood blocks. There we go. And I'm just using my Ryobi drill. And I'm just going to come right here on this side of this one. Put it in reverse and come back out. All right, let me get rid of that sawdust. Okay. And then I want to do the same thing, a little bit on this side of it. Let's see. And you know how I measure, y'all. I just eyeball it. And put it in reverse, bring it out. Okay. And now that's going to give me a spot to put a hanger in it. And what I'm going to be using today for a hanger is what's called wired raffia. And I ordered it off Amazon. So I'm going to put a little bit of this through the hole. I like it because it's got the wire in it. It's easy to thread through holes. Okay. Because it does have wire, I'm going to use my wire cutters to cut the piece off and then put it through that hole. See how easy that is to wire through. Okay. And then I'm just going to take it on the back and twist it. Like I said, this is going to be from my home, so I'm not worried about what the back looks like. Just going to twist that around a few times to have it hold there. Now you could string some beads on that if you wanted to. But I just want a simple hanger on this one. Okay. All right, we've got a nice little hanger on the front. And next I'm going to attach some greenery, lavender, and florals. So I'm going to take a couple of zip ties. One on each side here, zip tie that one there, and take another one and do the same thing over here. And you can buy the zip ties at the Dollar Tree or Walmart, Lowe's, most anywhere where they sell craft supplies. Okay, or hardware, any hardware store would have them. They're called cable ties or zip ties. Okay, So we're going to zip tie those together. We'll glue these in at the end. I'm going to go ahead and make my bow, and I believe I'm going to attach my bow to this and then glue the bow and everything down. Okay, so we're going to use this to make our bow. You know I like to use the Easy Bow Design Pro. I learned on the Easy Bow Maker, so that's what I'm comfortable using. All right. I think I want about an 8-inch tail. If you want to know how I make my bows, you can go and watch my how to make a single ribbon 10 loop bow. And I go step by step on that video. I teach you how to make my bows. I think I'm going to do 4-inch loops on this because it's not a very big egg at all. I almost wonder if 4 inches would be too big, but we're going to go with it. Okay. Now, I'm going to take and twist this around my greenery. Okay. And I want it to kind of be in the middle. Right here looks about right. Okay. And I'm just going to twist. A couple times should do it. All right, and then I'm going to take these 2 pipe cleaners and go down through these holes. Twist that a few times. Okay, then we're going to use our wire cutters. Snip that off. Just kind of tuck that up under the other part there, just so those pipe cleaners won't, you know, stick up and jab you in the finger. All right, then we're going to turn this back over. I'm going to put our tails down, and then I'm going to dovetail each one. And I do teach you how to dovetail in my ribbon video, but basically you just cut up at an angle. After, you know, lining the ribbon on the side, just cut up at an angle. Okay, we got our ends dovetailed. Just gives it a little bit of a professional touch there. I'm going to pull the tails down. Okay. We're going to pull 2 of the ribbons kind of up in the center, go in different directions. Okay. And then we're going to break the rest of the bow. Just kind of separate the ribbon. Let's see, we'll do these 2 at an angle. All right, and then we're just going to round out our loops here. And you see what I mean about the pipe cleaner's not really going to show, so I wasn't too worried about it being a black one, because black doesn't really go with pink and white and green, but it's fine, especially since this one's going to be for my home. Okay, y'all, I'm loving the way this is looking so far. And I have some ranunculus, let me see, that I got at Walmart that I think would be pretty on here too. So I'm going to take 2 of these. So I'm going to put a ranunculus on each side. First thing I want to do, and it doesn't matter, we're going to squish this bow because we need to pull this up and figure out where we want to secure it with some hot glue. It's good to get some of the fabric of the bow glued up under there, because that will definitely help hold it. So I'm going to put some glue right up here on the bow, and we're going to lay that one in there. Okay, then I'm going to come over here to this side and just squirt some hot glue up on that ribbon, because I think where that one is going to be good. I just kind of want those to be on the middle on each side. And like I said, don't worry about this bow. We're going to fix it. Okay, next we're going to glue in the lavender on each side. I'm going to speed up the video and I'll be right back. There we go. All right, guys, now I'm just going to take and put a liberal amount of hot glue up under here, and I'm going to mash the center of the bow and everything down into that hot glue to super secure it. That hot glue in the middle will just kind of help keep all this stuff secure. Fluff up our bow. Turn our ranunculus kind of going up. I sure hope y'all give this a try. If you do, tag me in a picture. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and click that bell so you won't miss out when I put out new content. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all have a blessed day.